Hello again.
Just a quick one. Someone else posted asking about difficulties with yes no type choices, and I can totally empathise with this one because my son has this problem. We can offer him choices on our hands. Do you want to
The TV on.
the TV on, yes, no, and he'll pick on hand, but that it really isn't accurate and isn't what he's thinking. So I've tried quite a few things. I've tried, on the letterboard, have we finished? Yes, no. And what I've noticed is that he always seems to go for the last one. I've tried swapping it sometimes to words, do you want to say any more? Or have we finished? And again, he's tending to go for the last option. I do have a bit more success if I frame it more as a statement, though.
Oh, right.
So, for example, instead of saying, do you want the TV on? Yes, no. Maybe, do you want the TV on? Yes, I do want the television on. Or, no, I don't want the television on. And actually writing that down as two choices gives me a bit more success, but I'm still not that confident in it. What would you say about this, Alex?
Well, I would say sometimes and for different people I have to be careful of this, sometimes when you kind of highlight these two options, whether it's yes, no, whether it's, Egyptians or the French, sometimes just highlighting them so much the person, it's kind of just boom, it just kind of becomes a habit and almost like an impulsive point. And especially a lot of people goes, if you finished or is it more, and the person just and kind of just like mimics the last thing you've done. So I find it more helpful actually to kind of how do I kind of phrase it? You don't want to hide the words, but you want to kind of make the words part of a greater context. So if you are going to ask the finish or more question, I found with Chris, if you kind of say, I'm not sure how you're feeling at the moment, you might decide, you could finish, or you might think, no, we could do some more. What do you think? And actually for that, you've still kind of made it clear what the choices are. Just tell me one word, which one? but sometimes if you just kind of go this one or this one, it can be a bit and then yes no questions. I mean, on the board I think it's a bit easier to get past because you can almost put, we have to be careful of it. Some people don't do well with the did the cat sit on the mat, yes or no? And it's almost like so teachery that the person just gets into this kind of like But if it was, this man, he was so interesting, he did this, he did that, well, do you think he was an interesting man? So if it's almost kind of just like flows and kind of comes out of the conversation, usually that person, they're in the kind of language side of the brain, they're thinking, they're kind of reasoning already. So if you kind of put them there in the first instance and then ask the question, they're already there. If you're just speaking like this, they might not be listening like and really thinking deeply. So does that make sense? You have to kind of take them into that kind of thinking and language zone first, and then sometimes it it
and
can lead on a bit
if
more.
it's become a real habit with the yes no, I mean often we're the ones that cause the problem because we use the yes no so often. Maybe just even varying it sometimes to true, false, agree, disagree. Do you think this is correct or
would you agree? Would you disagree?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, to be honest, probably the more time you spend working on it, actually, the harder it will get for him.
Yeah.
I would just move away from it for a bit, or just make it just integrate it quite nicely into like a teach-ask session. Yeah, what type of? Do you think he was a smart man for doing that? No, he was so stupid. And make it kind of take it away from this kind of yes no and that's it, because yes no you can't just keep them as yes no. It's a yes for a reason and it's a no for a reason. So we want to kind of do it within the context of the whole session rather than just a yes no. Okay, great, let's move on.
Brill.
There we go. That was just